Become a legend and support IAmPattyJack by playing Neverwinter, a free-to-play action MMORPG set in the Dungeons & Dragons universe. Click the link below to register, download, and play the game. Doing so directly supports my channel, and you can help Smorsh conquer all the Sword Coast. Try out Neverwinter free today. Hey guys, how's it going? I'm IAmPattyJack, and welcome to some more E3 coverage. Mount & Blade 2 Bannerlord got some new gameplay footage. This is the horse cavalry footage. There's also some horse archer footage as well that you can go look up on the Tale World's website. But I chose this one as the first one I saw. Already had the footage, so I'm just going to use this one, if that's cool with everyone. Alright, good, awesome. Let's talk a bit about Mount & Blade 2. So, first things first, we got some brand new gameplay, showing off some of the bigger, larger scale battles, other things like directional shield blocking, which is a new addition to the game, as well as some brand new ways to command and control your army. Got some really good looking menus that make it seem a lot easier than it was in the first game, because that could be a bit of a problem. Other than that, though, there was some really good looking footage, graphics wise. Like, if you're looking at this right now, it's obviously a big improvement on the original titles, and that should be expected, I think. I think that after 15 or so years, or however long it's been, probably 10 years or something like that, then you would expect, you know, some very significant graphical updates. And I think for the most part, they've done that pretty well. Now, this game by no means looks like the best game you've ever seen. It looks a few years older, and quite honestly, I expected it to look a little bit dated compared to other things. That's just how the engine kind of works, and when you have that many things on the screen at once, it can be very difficult to get everything to run smoothly and have it look, say, as good as like the Frostbite engine. I was never expecting that, so what we have, though, looks pretty dang good. It's got some really nice lighting effects to it. The textures obviously updated, and they look fantastic. The gameplay itself looks very similar to the original games. That's where I kind of have a bit of a problem with it, because it looks very, very similar to the games we got, say, 10 years ago or so. So, that was a terrible sentence. That being said, there are new little nuanced things that I think people who are really interested in the series are going to enjoy. I mentioned the shield combat earlier, so now you can block in certain directions that are going to increase the effectiveness of blocking with your shield, as opposed to in the other game where you just kind of held up and turtled in instead. So it's kind of more of akin to blocking with a weapon in the first game. One thing I'm kind of looking forward to that we haven't seen a whole lot of yet is the overhead map and the diplomacy and other aspects like that. That's where the majority of my enjoyment in Mount & Blade originally came from. The battles are fantastic, don't get me wrong, but, you know, when you're playing Mount & Blade, when you're actually in the game, once you get over, like, oh, there's hundreds of things on the screen, it can feel very janky, and to kind of mitigate that, they had some very nice overhead gameplay where you were managing your own armies and your standings and the different empires and everything. So I really want to see more of that at this point. We've seen a lot of this style of gameplay where they're in big battles, sieges on castles and stuff. So, you know, I think it's time to expand on the game a little bit more. That being said, what they are showing off is stuff that looks like it's in a very playable state. And while we still don't have the release date confirmed, they are saying it's going to be coming out this year. It's going to be hitting early access, of course, on Steam. So this stuff, it could all end up being completely different when it hits early access or as it goes through development. But a game hitting early access that looks to be in this state already, that is a really good thing to me. And it seems like there's going to be a lot to do even when the game initially releases. But Bannerlord is kind of a different sort of sequel than a lot of other video games in that I feel like the people who really enjoy Mount & Blade, they really just want an updated feeling version of it with new graphics and with some more polished up gameplay rather than like a complete overhaul as to what the entire series is. That seems to be what we're getting. We're getting stuff that feels very similar with additions like the shield blocking or like being able to chain attacks and do follow-up attacks and other little gameplay elements like that. So overall, my impressions are still pretty positive. This hasn't made me more excited for the game. I mean, I'm very excited for it, but this didn't really do anything to make me say, oh wow, I have to play this tomorrow, because at this point I'm so accustomed to waiting for this game. It's like, okay, well, whenever you guys are done, I guess you're done and I'll try it then. So, yeah, it's going to be a while before this game is officially released outside of Early Access too. So, this type of footage, again, as to how useful it is for someone who doesn't want to buy an Early Access game and would rather get a fully finished product, I couldn't tell you. But for those who are diehard Mount & Blade fans that are going to be getting the Early Access, because of course you are, then this is probably a very good sign. What do you think about this Mount & Blade footage? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, or talk to me on Twitter, or join my Discord server. Lots of cool peeps over there. If you really enjoy my content, you can always click the link below to download, register, and play Neverwinter, a free-to-play action MMORPG available right now. Every time you do that, then you directly benefit my channel, and it's honestly more than I make on these videos, so it is really worth it for me, and if you want to support my channel, that's an awesome free way to do that. I am PattyJack, and I'll see you next time. Have a wonderful day.